If you turn your ads off tomorrow, your brand disappears. In that case, you don't have a brand, you just have a media budget. People buy from you when they trust you and your brand. To build a proper brand, it can't rely on you spending more money and consistently reaching more audience, and as soon as you turn the ads off, you basically have no brand. So here is a list of 5 different channels that can help you build trust. Content, customer experience, community, partnerships. And the 5th and probably the most important one, of course, it has to be your positioning. Each channel solves a different purpose and each channel will solve a different problem for your brand. If you can do all 5 of them, that's the best case scenario, but you have to at least start with one channel. The first channel is, of course, content. Most brands treat content like a megaphone. They push their offers, their information about the products, their services, what they really are about, the company. That's just corporate and that's just noise for the end consumers. No one wants to hear about you. People want to feel something when they look at your content, whether they get educated, whether they learn something new, or they just get entertained. They want to feel something. A good example for this is what Zerodha does. They have multiple different channels, 01, Varsity, and they're constantly focusing on education. If someone wants to learn about investments, if someone wants to learn about how to grow their money passively, then they go to Zerodha. And Zerodha just provides information free of cost. So once you have built a loyal following, imagine where all these million of subscribers will go to when they actually have to get into investments. Of course, they will first go to Zerodha and try their product out. And people rarely get attracted to brands who are constantly craving for attention and have a
look at me now energy.
Treat your content as a product and not just an ad. Unlike an ad, a video that is ranking on YouTube will gain constant traction for years to come. And an ad, it just stops the moment you stop paying. So what's more valuable? I don't even have to explain it anymore. And that's exactly what I am doing on this channel. This is a shameless plug. We create a lot of weekly videos, so check out this channel if you want to learn more about branding, design, and how to grow your brand. And stay tuned on this channel. Don't forget to subscribe for branding related videos every Thursday. Channel number 2 is customer experience, which is quite self-explanatory. You have to make sure that the experience at every different touch point is consistent for your end consumers, which is exactly what branding is. And through this lever, you can make sure that you can do different things to enhance the experience of your end consumers. Think of the packaging, think of the in-store experience, think of the tone that your brand is talking with the end consumers. Every one of them could be a unique experience in itself. Let's look at how Lenskart disrupted the highly unorganized eyewear market. Of course, they had a great product, but you can't just win on product alone when you're dealing with something as specific as an eyewear. So they won on experience. Buying an eyewear in India has always been a difficult experience for anyone. We have to get an eye test. When you have the eye test, then you have to go to your nearest eyewear clinic, and then you have to go through the tedious cycle of selecting the right frame for you. But you don't know what frame will look good on you. So you have to take a friend along so that you can make sure that the frame sits right. And then after 2 weeks, you have to go and collect that eyewear once they have made that eyewear. So it was a long and tedious cycle, which basically Lenskart solved for. So now you can do anything through a website or an app. You can even understand what eyewear fits you because they have the complete experience. You can try on different lenses with your face scanned on their website. The hidden mantra was free eye tests. Happy customers don't just come back, they talk. And not in a preachy, oh, refer your friends and get 500 rupee coupon way. They talk organically. When they tell about their experience to their friends, then their friends also come to you and try your products. That's the right customer experience, and that's your second level of growth. So content brought them in, experience made them stay, and turns them into your salespeople. The third channel of growth is community. Community can get you to places where your content or your ads or your distribution can never reach. It basically works on human emotion and human bond. Community is when your consumers will fight for you in rooms where you're not even present. Let's look at the biggest community brand in the world, Harley Davidson. Harley Davidson is not just a bike brand. It is an entire emotion. It has one of the strongest communities in the world. which will go to any lengths to protect the brand entity. They have exclusive clubs, then they have exclusive morning drives. They have an entire living and breathing community which sustains by themselves without the brand even having to do anything about it. So whenever a new Harley is launching, the biker community gets activated and people are already talking about the new bike that is about to come out. Since the brand is so intact and so strong, they can extend their product ranges. They can get into helmets or biker jackets or the incomplete apparels, and Harley Davidson does a lot of those things. They have infused Harley Davidson with pop culture. There are movies where Harley Davidson is specifically talked about, which has resulted in Harley Davidson becoming this pop culture phenomena that it is today. The experience made them stay. Community turned them into believers and believers into messengers. Which brings me to channel number 4, which is partnerships. You don't have to do everything by yourself. That is exactly what partnerships are for. You tie up a brand with a brand that is already targeting a similar segment of audience, and you leverage each other's credibility. That is what good partnerships do. Think about all the Marvel and DC partnerships where they do with different brands. Think about all the Star Wars partnerships with Adidas, with Nike, and all the different brands in the world. That's what good partnerships do. They expand the brands on both the sides. If a Star Wars fan was wearing Nikes previously, they might want to wear that new Adidas. So it's essentially a credibility transfer. In India, the most relevant and recent one could be Subco and Gully Labs. Two very different brands selling two very different things. But guess what they have in common? They're both targeting Gen Z and millennial crowds. So now imagine if all these brands had to do this independently, the amount of money they had to spend on ads. With partnerships, they end up spending less and both brands get enough traction that they need. Partnerships borrow trust from brands your customers already believe in. And the fifth and probably the most important one, of course, it has to be your positioning. This is the one that ties everything together. And honestly, most brands skip this because it is the hardest. And I don't mean a mission statement or a tagline. I mean how the brand sees the world and how every consumer sees you. What is that unique space that you occupy in the market? So that clear point of view and position your brand needs to occupy in the mind of the end consumers. Let's take Paperboat as an example now. Paperboat's positioning is nostalgia is worth preserving. Not just the drinks, the actual feeling. It's embodied in their complete products, how the products taste, how they're packaged, the design language that they use, the color theory that they use. And when you have that first sip, it is the consistency of that product is very different than any other product on the market. It is thicker, it feels more raw, and it does taste like childhood. And they deliver it consistently through every different touch point. That's what clear positioning does for your brand. Without clear positioning, you're just a product. With it, you're a clear identity. People don't abandon your clear identity just because someone else is running ads. When someone simply loves your identity and your complete product, then they buy from you regularly without having to see ads again and again and again. So this is what these 5 channels do. They help you build long-term brands. If you're not doing any 5 of them, then my suggestion would be start with at least one. But to achieve a long-term brand, you have to follow these 5 stages or 5 levers for your growth. And honestly, all 5 of these growth levers will take a lot of time to compound. Content takes months to get traction. Community takes years to be built. And clear positioning is hard to follow consistently at all touch points. So yes, all of this is hard. If you want to do something fast, then that's what ads are for. Reaching to new customers as fast as possible. But guess what happens when you stop the ads? You become irrelevant. And that's what we're trying to avoid. Invest in long-term brand development, even if you're on a limited budget. You won't feel it in week 1. You won't see it in month 1. But 2 years from now, you'll have something no ad budget in the world can buy. If you're looking to build a brand and you want to figure out how to do it, we have documented the complete journey of how brands are built. You can check out the links in this video and go on to different video series. We have done it for D2C in India. We have done it for D2C for an international global $1 million brand. You can see it for yourself how brands are built. and stay tuned on this channel. Don't forget to subscribe for branding related videos every Thursday. So until next time, may the force be with you. पेपर बोट की तो ऐसी कोई है नहीं कम्युनिटी कि पेपर बोट वाले चीयर्स कर रहे हैं पेपर बोट के। You're a boat drinker, I am also.